Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be taking this squad, one of the best teams possible currently in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, filled with the most expensive and hardest to grind players in the game, and we're going to be tactically downgrading it into a squad that is much more affordable and not quite as effective, I will admit. This is one of the best teams in the game, but is a comparable budget squad in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. I will say it is tough to tactically downgrade a squad that will compete with this team, because this team is like the best team in the game. It's going to be tough, but the squad that I've built, I think at least at certain positions, is very, very comparable. And considering the most expensive players on this team that I've built are 84,000 MT, I think it's built a really, really good squad. But it gives you a good angle. Also, look at the starting lineup right now. 4 of the 5 guys in the starting lineup are free cards. There are a lot of good free cards in the game right now. SGA, I hope y'all got him from Season 2, and then Jimmy, KG, and Hakeem. If you can get 2 of those 3 guys, Jimmy and one of these 2 during Season 3, you're going to be cooking with the free rewards. But not including any free cards in this team, we're starting off with the point guard position. We're going with Cade Cunningham, who I actually believe is the second best point guard in the game. And the fact you can get this card for 84,000 MT pretty much makes him a must-buy, regardless to your team. He's got great size, hot spots from everywhere. His badges are really, really good, especially the playmaking and shooting badges. Even without speed booster, he's also a very good finisher. And defensively, he's not great, but he's got okay defensive badges, really good size, great stats, good slasher, great shooter, nice and fast, really big point guard. He is elite, and he moves really well. Cade size up is good. Trey escape is elite. Maybe the best escape in the game still. Pro behind the back is very good. His release is nice this year. I think Cade is the second best point guard in the game for sure, and I think for 84,000 MT, he is perfect at that shooting or at that point guard position. At the shooting guard position, going with Nick Young. I don't think this is a surprise to anybody either. For 84,000 MT, a guy who I think is probably the 3rd best shooting guard in the game right now. At worst, he's 4th best. 6'7", 7-foot wingspan, hotspots from everywhere. 2 hops, range, and 3 in limitless range, but he's got amazing playmaking, finishing, and shooting badges all the way around. Defensively, the stats are okay. The badges are mid, not great, but at least he's got something. 88 speed, 84 excel, 95 3 ball, 95 driving dunk. Offensively, he's got one of the best releases in the game. He's an exceptional slasher, and he moves incredibly well as well. Just such a good all-around card. So you're getting out of Nick Young. I think he's absolutely elite in my team. I think he's one of the best cards in the entire game at the shooting guard position. And for 84,000 MT, again, you're just getting an absolute steal. At the 3, it's Gerald Wallace. Give you some defense and some size. He doesn't quite give the size of a LeBron, but kind of similarly to LeBron, is an elite level defender and also a very, very good athlete. Shot creation wise, not going to be quite as good. Obviously, compared to LeBron, he does not hold up statistically at all. But defensively, he's actually pretty close. I'll say that. And that's what he's on the court for, is to provide that defense. And he's also still a very good slasher. 95 driving dunk. He'll hit a wide open 3 because his release is good. And that's about all I need to do. He can do a little bit of shot creation. He is not LeBron, but he is an incredible 3-and-D option. And I think he actually fits really well at the small forward position on this team. Power forward position would have to be Jared Vanderbilt. It's just when you can get a guy for 13,000 MT who is a 94 overall diamond and very, very complete outside of the lack of clamps, lack of anchor. The fact he doesn't have either of those badges frustrates the crap out of me, but he's fast, he can shoot, he can slash at a very high level, he's a good shot creator, and he's a very, very good defender, versatile defender. Bunch of Hoff finishing badges, couple of Hoff defensive badges as well, catch and shoot corner specialist, some decent playmaking badges. I like this Jared Vanderbilt card a lot. I really don't understand why 2K insisted on taking away a couple of the key badges from these tournament battles cards. For example, JV, no clamps, no anchor. Bobby Portis, who's at the 5, also no clamps, no anchor. I didn't expect him to have clamps, but I was kind of hoping for some sort of anchor. Portis is great too, though. I actually think Portis might be a better card than Jared Vanderbilt, because the only flaw he really has is no anchor. Everything else about this card is great. He's got solid speed for a center. He's a good dunker. He's got great finishing badges. Shooting wise, very good. Catch and shoot claymore corner specialist. A butter release. Playmaking wise, he's not great, but that's okay. Not a lot of bigs in this game are right now. And defensively, he's very, very solid. Hoff box out, brick wall, post lockdown, gold rebound chaser, pogo stick, silver removal enforcer. Just need that anchor badge. Really the only flaw that this card has right now. And unfortunately, I would say the center position compared to the best team in the game is the one spot where we simply just don't have that many good viable options. Bobby Portis is the best one at 13,000 MT, but he is not cheap. With that being said, I think I'll hold it down. I think he's a very good card. Backup point guard is going to be, I have to look at my list and see what I picked. Oh, I said Derek White for backup PG. Another 13K MT card. A lot of these guys on this team, and for good reasons, because their price is so cheap and they're so solid. Derek White, great push cross, really nice dribble sigs. Defensively, very, very good, especially on the perimeter, but not bad on the interior as well. Decent size at PG at 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan. Release that I like a lot. Shot creation ability that's very, very good with solid sigs. Decent playmaking badges. Defensive badges are very, very good. Just disappointed, honestly, that the Celtics lost in the in-season tournament playoffs against the Pacers, which prevented Derek White from getting his 4th Evo to Diamond and then an eventual 5th Evo as well, potentially, in the semifinals that are actually being played tonight. So unfortunately, did not get to see what Derek White's full Evo potential would have been, but he's already a very good card as an Amethyst, and I think he's a really solid option for the backup point guard. Backup shooting guard is going to be Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish for 10,000 MT. It's just going to give you a monster 3-and-D, weighing with a very smooth release, great athletic ability, speed, and slashing, as well as a solid release, good shooting ability, and defensively a very, very good, versatile defensive wing with pretty good size, 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan of shooting guard. I really like this card. I like his release a lot. Shot creation-wise, not too bad either. I think for 10K MT, Cam Reddish is an amazing budget shooting guard option. Backup small forward, it's a little bit more expensive, going back towards these 84,000 MT diamonds, or amethysts I should say, and it's Michael Beasley. Beasley is going to give you a lot more offense off the bench. You got two guys who are more defensive cards with Derek White and Cam Reddish, so Beasley can come in here and provide a jolt to offense, whereas your starters have both Cade and Nick Young to do so. Having Beasley off the bench as another shot creator next to your 1 and 2 helps a lot, because he's got an elite release, pretty good movement, he's a great slasher. Defensively, he's not great. The badges and stats really aren't that great, but he plays better defense than you would think, and playmaking badges card on this card are very good, despite not having blow by. Maybe he does have blow by, actually. Hold on, he does have blow by, he just doesn't have speed booster. Playmaking badge is actually pretty good outside of that speed booster badge though, and no unpluckable as well. But release is absolutely elite, movement is pretty good, slashing wise is very, very good. He's an elite offensive card, and I think you could use some offense off this bench, so I think he fills that spot really, really well. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, one of my favorite budget cards in the entire game, fills in that backup 4 spot really well. 6'9", power forward, shoots the ball well, stretches the floor at a pretty high level, nice catch and shoot release, dunks the ball pretty well though as well. 85 driving dunk, bunch of good finishing badges, 84 speed, high enough ball handle to where a shoe can get him to the ability to time burst, and then defensively he's really versatile. Chase down, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser, workhorse on gold, silver anchor, brick wall, clamps, interceptor, box out beast, off ball pest. Really versatile card. Having anchor and clamps both on silver is super nice as a power forward. Gives him a lot of defensive versatility, and he's got enough size, shooting, defense, slashing, everything that I can ask for out of a budget power forward. Really, really high on him. And then we got another 84,000 MT backup big in Jaren Jackson Jr. 84K MT for Jaren right now. For a Hoff anchor, Hoff post lockdown big who has a very nice release, good size, great player build. Really, really decent speed as well, and defends his butt off. Really like Jaren Jackson Jr. He's a card I've been very high on for a while, and I think he fills out this team perfectly as the backup center for the squad, and the final piece of this team is a really good defensive stretch big. And overall, this team is going to literally cost you less than 470,000 MT to build. Just putting that out there. I will be doing squad builders as well over the next week for different price points, and the 500K MT team won't probably look exactly like this, but it'll probably look kind of similar to this, to be fair. But this team is competitive to this team. You're probably not going to beat this team. You're going to have a really hard time beating this team with this team. But let's say you take this team and then you add a couple of top tier cards to it. Maybe you buy a Paul George and you buy a center, like maybe you locked in Kareem, and then you get a free card or two. You have SGA and you grind for Jimmy Butler. You add a couple free cards and a couple expensive cards to this type of team, and you're going to be looking at a team that can compete with any squad in my team. And this type of team, this tactically downgrades every single player from this best squad and turns it into a very, very good team still in my team. So hopefully this video gives y'all a good picture that it is possible to compete as a no money spent player and a lower overall player, especially when you can supplement your team with these types of guys. You don't want generally a team full of these guys, because as good as they are in their roles, if your whole team is budget cards, you're going to struggle against the best cards in the game. That's just how it works. But if you can supplement your team with some budget pieces and some top pieces that you really like, you can build a squad that can compete with the best teams in the game for much more affordably if you know what you're looking for. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.